Good afternoon, welcome to another video. It is the afternoon now, it's getting on for 1 o'clock. I've come out for a few hours this afternoon to the Grand Union, my first session on the canals this year. I've come to this wider section of canal. Boats tend to stick to the far side. That's the sort of straight through route. So you've got a bit of a sort of area of calm in here, a bit of slack water to get a little bit of bait down. That's the plan. There's all sorts of everything in this stretch. Oh, it took me a long time to name the species, but we've got bream, roach, hybrids, we've got rudd, we've even got some tench, there's zander, there's pike, there's perch, all sorts of everything. So method wise, I'm going to float fish. I've got some maggots and some bread with me, and I've got some micro pellets as well. We're going to float fish just out here, it's about 4 or 5 foot deep. We're going to flick a bait round to the near side edge as well on the ledger. I think we'll have a bit of a sleeper rod out, see if we can pick up a bonus fish that way. But yeah, simple as that really. As I say, maggots and bread are going to be the main baits. We'll fish the method down the edge here. Right, it's enough waffle. I've brought the dog with me as well. She's very happy. And I'll get set up. We'll run through the gear and we'll get cracking. So what I've got to fish the method, we're just going to go on this Drennan flatbed method feeder, is I've got my Daiwa Ensign 10-foot extendable rod. So we're just going to tuck this down the edge here. We'll go with a couple of maggots on it, I think. Nice catch-all bait. And we'll put some grain bait on the method feeder. This is some of my favourite Sensus 3000 gross Gardons mixed with, there's a few betaine pellets in it actually. Might pick us up, as I say, bonus fish, who knows. If we're not doing anything down the edge and we get lots of bites out there, I'll happily chuck it out there as well, to be honest. I'll put a couple of balls of this in, just small golf ball size balls. I'll drop this down the edge. I've dropped that literally like a foot off the bank, and that can look after itself. It's not going to go anywhere. Now it's worth mentioning, it is freezing today. Really cold. I got out of my car, it's 11 degrees. I mean, it's quite a contrast to last week where we had 28 degrees. Right, float setup is this setup I bought specifically for the canals. This is a Ninja 10-foot extendable float rod. It's not the softest rod in the world, but lovely and short, which is ideal for fishing not far out on the canal. I haven't got lots of line to pick up. Right, float wise, I'm going to go with a Dave Harrell stepped Waggler. This is a 5BB. Nice and sensitive. We'll dot this right down as well. We could be getting some quite sensitive bites perhaps. Had some wonderful catches from this particular bit of canal. The weather's just been so all over the place. Today, again, yesterday, the forecast today was going to be lovely and sunny, and we haven't had any rain or overcast conditions for absolutely ages. I can't remember the last time it rained, to be honest. Weeks ago. Be a hosepipe ban on before long. So I looked at forecast this morning, and they forecast it to be nice and overcast, so I thought, right, I'm going. Let's go and make the most. So I'm going to put the bulk of the shot under the float. I have a number 6 about a third of the way down, a couple of number 8 droppers. We'll let the maggots sink slowly. I'm going to go on maggot to start with. Let it sink nice and slowly. Just see if we get anything on the drop. Right, what is the first canal fish of the season going to be? I wonder. Some silver bream in here. Let's catch a few silver bream. Don't catch many of them. That's lovely. That's nice and sensitive. Hopefully you can see that float. I have got it dotted down, but hopefully you can see it. Fingers crossed we can have a few fish. Can be a bit moody this canal. We might have an absolute net full. We might hardly catch anything. If it's not going too well though, we'll have a bit of a move. I'm not going to sit back, catch nothing. go. A fish. Didn't take long, did it? What we got? Just leave my mate Mick a message. He's saying good luck. Is it the aforementioned silver bream? I'm not sure. It might be. Or is it just a skimmer? A silver bream. First canal fish of the season, silver bream. Identifiable from skimmers in they've got these sort of orangey salmon pink fins. Huge eye, that's the giveaway. Really big eye. That's cracking. Right, I think we'll get the keep net with that. That was first cast. I think good idea to use a keep net, just purely because if we keep putting these fish back, I think we'll catch a lot less. Well, it's cracking. Wasn't quite expecting them like that fast. Hopefully that bodes well for the rest of the session. What we've got here is the main drawer on the canal is going that way, on that far side. There we go. And in here it's sort of almost like a bit of a back eddy would be on a river. Swinging, just about. Oh, another silver bream. Looks like it. We're on the silver bream today. Yes, we've got this bit of a back eddy in here, as you can probably see by all the rubbish on the top. It's going on the inside, it's going that way. So sort of naturally, all the rubbish on the canal will sort of collect in there. Well, this is going well, isn't it? Nothing huge, but we're getting some bites, which can be hard to come by on the canals. What I love about this bit of canal as well is you never quite know what you're going to catch. You never know what the next bite will be. Could be a big eel, could be a tench, could be a huge roach, a huge rudd. Who knows? It's very, very rich canal, this. It's a bit bigger. What was this? Oh, perch. Fooled me. Well, 3 casts, 3 fish so far. Just going to keep sprinkling these maggots in. I certainly seem up for this today. Obviously I've got the bait in a certain area and I'm fishing to that area. I've just got one area going at the moment. Aside from this sleeper rod that's down the edge here for any curb crawlers. I'm really pleased this is going so well. I mean, come out at not a very good time, really, lunchtime. Not ideal. Can be a bit of a funny time of year this time of year, can't it? When it start to warm up. Like I say, we had a really warm week last week. And it can be a bit awkward on the fishing front because some fish are starting to spawn and they sort of disappear off to their spawning areas, and other fish have already spawned. Some fish are nowhere near spawning. A different species. Ooh, go on. Little dip then. There we go. This is a different fight. Backwards and forwards. What is this? Skimmer by the looks of it. Oh, is that a nice silver bream? Oh, if that's a big silver bream, that's a cracker. Certainly not fighting like a skimmer. I don't think it's hybrid. Could be a hybrid. He's going crazy, wasn't he? ID check required. Yeah, I don't think it's a silver bream. Doesn't look right. It's just a very crazy skimmer. I think there must be a bit of roach in there. I think the way he was tearing about. I do fight hybrids. I assume it was a hybrid. It looked like a skimmer really, but just there was something about it that wasn't quite true bream. Well, the fight certainly, but it just had a bit of a sort of slightly reddish fins look to it. I saw them, that's why I thought perhaps it was a big silver bream, but it wasn't silver bream, definitely. We'll keep trickling these maggots in, just half a dozen every cast. To see if perhaps we can attract some rudd in, perhaps catch some rudd on the drop. Get a bit of ground bait down and then have bait constantly falling through the water. Straight across our baited area. They normally stick to the far side in here, but clearly he didn't want to. Right, we'll put a bit more bait in. Now he's turned the place to oblivion. We'll get a little bit more bait in a minute. We'll just let it settle. It does make me chuckle how they'll drive dead slow past each other out of courtesy, which is perfectly okay. They'll tear past anglers though, don't matter. It's just fishing. This is the frustration with canals. This is so often go out in the morning as well. First thing, really early. You can get a few hours in before they start charging up and down the canals. Never mind. We'll try and build things again. There's not too many boats moving. That's the first one that's gone through. Been here probably half an hour. So hopefully we can start getting a few bites again. We'll perhaps give this an hour or so. See how we get on. If we're not doing too well, we'll perhaps go and move a bit further along and perhaps have a fish by some reeds. Another boat coming by the looks of it. I think this is the problem we're going to have. Hopefully he'll not churn our place to oblivion. He's just pootling along, not like that last chap. See, that's more like it. Don't mind that at all. So that last guy just charged through the swim, didn't he? Just churned everything up. Well, you got to pass by, haven't they? I don't have a problem with that. It's just, a little bit of consideration would be nice. Well, the world, isn't it? Some people are considerate and other people don't give a stuff. Oh yes, while we're here, I got a session to update you on. I actually went out yesterday. First thing, talking of getting up first thing and fishing the canals, went out. I was up at 4 yesterday to go and have a go at Mythe Pool. Fancied another go. Caught those cracking tench there a few weeks ago. I'll link you in up there to the video and I'll put it down in the description as well, a few videos ago. Didn't really want to do exactly the same thing, it would have been quite easy to rock up on the same peg, do the same thing and perhaps catch some tench again, perhaps not, who knows. I thought, no, I'm going to do something a bit different. So I went up to the shallow end, had a little bit of a plumb about and used it as a bit more of an exploratory session really. Put a little bit of bait in at the shallow end as the weeds start to come up, the lilies are starting to come up. Put the polarising glasses on, thought, we can have a look, see if anything gets on it. Had a walk around the other side, did the same thing there, although I didn't bait up that side. And then I thought, what am I going to do? I want to fish, obviously. Well, I'd been messing about for about an hour and a half, not really seen anything to go on. So I had a wander down the side that backs onto the Severn. Found a nice little spot next to some cover and had a few hours there. It took a good hour and a half to start getting some bites. I started to get some, I was fishing a lift method on my heavier setup, with tench in mind and that we're fishing near some cover. It's not the most sensitive setup, but I started to get a few little lift bites and the float would sort of go off and then stop, and I was scratching my head a little bit thinking, wondering what to do. Eventually I had this beautiful lift bite. The float just lifted out of the water. Lovely. Struck into something, knew immediately it wasn't a tench. Thump, thump, thump. I thought, oh, this is a bream. And so it was. Not particularly big. I put it straight back, thinking this might kill a swim, you know, as we're only fishing sort of rod length or so out. And yeah, I think he probably went back and took all his mates with him and scarpered off, because I didn't have a single bite after that. I gave it another sort of hour, hour and a half. Nothing doing. So we didn't blank. And like I say, I had a bit of an explore as well, which was nice. And I'll definitely be back. But I've probably been better off going there today, to be honest. It's lovely and overcast today. It was very sunny yesterday. There was hardly a cloud in the sky, so that really didn't help at all. A fish, a fish. Another silver bream. Well, we've waited about half an hour for that bite. It's really hard going, this is. Really hard going. Blimey. I was just actually looking over there thinking I might have a move, because I've just seen a couple of fish jump out over there. I think what I'm going to do is just perhaps 20 or 30 metres to my left. I'm just going to go and drop a bit of bait in a minute. Give this another 5 minutes or so. I'll go and drop a bit of bait in over there, and then see if we can get anything moving over that side, because at the moment here it's just, well, as I say, it's been at least half an hour to get that bite. Right, we'll nestle ourselves down here for 10 minutes. See, let's say, just see if there's any fish moved onto this bait we put in just out there. There we go. Oh, come off. That's a bit unlucky. There's some fish here, isn't there? Right, we'll try that again. Perhaps land it this time. Right, what have we got? A rudd. A rudd. So perhaps there are some fish over this side. We shall put him straight back. Well, there's clearly a lot of these here. We're at about 10 now. But nothing bigger than that, which speaks volumes, I think. Oh, I think we need to have a move. We need to go and try and find the parents. So we'll have a pack up. We'll have a move along to the reeds. So here we are. The reeds. We'll perhaps work our way along here. Just in another angle actually, but I didn't get a chance to speak to him. So I was chatting to my wife on the phone. She's pulling her hair out with work. Anyway, enough of that. We're fishing. So let's see how we get on here. Just put a little bit of bait in, ground bait, and a few maggots in here, and a bit further along as well. See if we get any interest. If we do, brilliant. If we don't, we will move. I'm just fishing right close in, really tight into the reeds. I think the fish will be here if they're anywhere. First proper bite, took a few minutes. And I missed it. There's a little dip. More tiny rudd. Well, more tiny fish. Where are all the big uns? I ask myself. Silver bream. Again, they're all juveniles, aren't they? I'm chucking these back because I'm fishing right by my feet, and then I'm not sure I want to stay here anyway. I just dropped off because it looked quite like a nice little spot. Just dropped in here. Well, we're starting to get a few bites. Perhaps we will stay. Let's see what we catch first, shall we? But yeah, we've gone from having no bites for the first 10 minutes and suddenly we're starting to get a few bites. A few fish. The problem along here is the towpath's very tight. I'm sat halfway across it on this chair, which I'm sure is annoying the passers-by. We've got room to get past. Well, wide beam's just gone past and absolutely, I mean, he was driving nice and slowly, you know, fair play to him, but blimey, they're huge. Wide beam's like a narrowboat, but much wider. So even though he was going slowly, that's all that stuff's gone. All that bait I put in. Started to get a few bites as well. It's a little bit frustrating. By a little bit frustrating, I mean very frustrating, obviously. But we'll carry on here for a few minutes. We'll see if we get any. Oh, there we go. Just had a bite there. We'll get some bites. There's another boat coming now. It's like Piccadilly Circus all of a sudden. Good girl. Right. Hopefully we can have a bit of peace. It's been manic since I got to this spot. Dog walkers, runners, boats. Just kind of get the feeling today though that we're going to struggle to get anything of any size. Oh. Just to put some feed in. This is a landing net job. Oh, it's come off. Well, that's sums up the day so far. Well, that's frustrating. I did see it. It was a skimmer, I think. Well, we're getting lots of fish here. They're all that size. That's the trouble. Where are all the daddies and mummies? I don't know if it's doing us any good as well putting all these fish back, but we're not catching anything I want to put the keep net in for. And to be honest, obviously I'm going to have to lob it in the middle of my swim, which is not going to be ideal. I think we'll have another sort of 15 minutes here, because we are getting bites. Just see if we can connect with anything a bit bigger. If we do, great. We'll perhaps stick it out here. If not, I'm going to have to move perhaps another 30 metres or so. Just trying to drop on some larger fish, really. Because in my experience up here, it's unusual to have gone this long, sort of 3 hours now, caught quite a lot of fish, numbers-wise, but nothing of any size. It's just strange. Well, this is slightly bigger. What's this? Be something exciting. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I think it's a nice rudd. Oh, I think it's a nice rudd. Or a roach. Oh, I think it's a roach. Oh my goodness. If that's a roach, that's a beautiful roach. Now that's the fish we came for. Well, that's a bit more like it. He's not a monster, but he's beautiful. Now, I think that's possibly a roach rudd hybrid. It looks very roachy, a roachy mouth, but I think it's true. These fins are putting me off. They're very, very red, orangey red. Perhaps a roach rudd hybrid, perhaps a true roach, but that's fantastic. That's more like what we came for. I've still not put the keep net in yet. Yeah, I perhaps should. Because as I say, putting all these fish back is not going to do us any favours at all. Anything else that's shifted a bit of water? A rudd, I think. And that's a proper rudd. There we go. Well, we're starting to get some slightly bigger fish. Well, we might not have had anything massive, but we've had a right mixed bag today. Blimey. Yeah, we're getting a few fish now, aren't we? So this, I think that looks like a roach. Yeah, another species to add to the list. Proper mixed bag. I really should have put the kitty mate in, shouldn't I? I mean, it's already wet anyway. I should have put it in here because we're not doing ourselves any favours putting all these fish back in this tight little swim. Hooray! A fish. A roach. A roach? No, a rudd. Or is he a roach rudd? Oh, he's a roach. Well, that bite has been about 20 minutes coming. It's properly gone off, this has. Properly. Blimey. Kind of don't mind waiting for a bite, do you, if you get a nice fish at the end of it, but we're not at the moment. We're waiting, and when we get one, it's not very big. Right, that's me done. That is very, very slow. I think we'll call it there. But we've caught plenty of fish. We've caught plenty of fish. I certainly can't complain. We've caught, I don't know, like to count. Certainly over 50 fish, I'm sure. But you know, the majority were relatively modest fish, juvenile fish. Which is a bit strange, really. I thought we'd have caught some decent ones. This stretch is, the reason I came here was because it's good for a bite, and it's good for some nice fish as well, but I've really struggled to connect with anything decent. We had that hybrid, I think it's a hybrid earlier, which is around £1, and we had that nice roach, which I think it was a roach. Might have been a bit of rudd in there. But that's been it. We caught lots and lots of fish, all about this big. Strange one. Don't know what to make of it, aside from when I got out of the car and looked at the colour of this water, I thought, it's going to be tricky. Needs to be a nice greenish colour, and it's just not at the moment. Whether it's a lack of rain, lack of water, perhaps it's a bit stale, I don't know. But yeah, I've certainly enjoyed that. I mean, you know, if you watch the videos for any length of time, the canals are not my favourite places in the world, but I thought I could come and do something a bit different. And yeah, I have enjoyed it. The boats can be a pain, but you know, you have to accept it. It's like playing football in the road outside your house. The cars go along, you've got to move, haven't you? But yeah, I'll certainly be back. I think we'll perhaps wait till we've had a bit of wet weather, and perhaps things have warmed up a little bit, and hopefully I'll be in a bit more of a mood to feed. Now, I think I might try and sneak out for a few hours tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly where to go. Probably be Snitterfield or Coppice, being that they're the closest places to home. I did think about going to the canal near home, but judging by how this is fished, I don't think that's a particularly wise move. But we'll get out between the school runs tomorrow, I think, and do something. I don't know what. We'll perhaps get after some crucians, perhaps we'll do some ledgering, I'm not sure. I'll have a scratch my head and have a think about it tonight. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your wonderful support. Thanks to those of you supporting me through buymeacoffee.com, and I'll see you again very soon.